Shh. To the Morning Wood, where she talks over my intro. Anyways, this is the Morning Wood. What do we do in the Morning Wood? Shabisky,
masturbate. I mean, eat demand. I mean, fuck.
What is so good?
The Wood is so good thing. Yeah, that one. Fuck.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, Pam.
Missy will be here. She's rebooting her computer.
Can we just eat demand instead?
But we are joined by vaginas today, Shabisky.
Yes.
I've only seen titties so far.
I have an amazing Virginia, and she's very lippy.
I pet
She's
it.
very lippy. I'm making enemies all over the internet, folks. This is great.
Well, that's good. Welcome to my life. But
Whoever
see, here's the thing.
music.
You do it. Here's the difference between you and me and most people. Most people do things to get enemies. I sit here and don't say shit and still get all kind of enemies.
You should stop the music, whoever. Maybe Miss Parker.
Yeah, my bad. Hey, Google, shut up. Stop. Off.
Yeah, we just get copyright.
I got it. It worked.
Well, we were talking a lot over it. So.
Yeah, my bad. I totally forgot. I'm a stoner.
We were talking over it. I think it'll be right.
So we got a couple of things to talk about. We can talk about, but who'd you piss off?
I pissed off Tragic, and he struck my channel, and then I'm appealing it right now, and he's in my DMs, and he says he didn't strike my channel, but I know he's fucking lying. And I asked him to come on my show, and he's pussyfooting, and I'm like, dude, if you want to talk about it, if you say I'm wrong, you claim I'm lying, everybody wants to hear your side, little person. You can come on over here and talk about it. I will respect you the same way I respected Vaughn. I got you. But he don't want to do it. He's too much of a pussy. You scare the shit out of him, Shabisky. You put the fear of God in that man. I don't know what you did.
Well, I mean, look, it's all known what happened. He was hanging on Shabisky's nutsack for a long time, trying to get clout from Shabisky because Shabisky had clout from me. Let's just face the facts. But that's the way it is, bitch. Just chill. But no, honestly, here's the thing. He tried. I've seen it happens all the time. It happened to me with this one chick one time. Long story, but I seen it happening. I told Shabisky. Shabisky can tell you that. Missy will tell you that. I warned him about Tragic the whole time. But then when Shabisky seen the side of Tragic he didn't like, Shabisky's like, "Hey, you can't do this." And then he went stupid. And then he, went and said, all this bullshit about Shabisky.
Bunch of lies.
He's angry because he ain't Shabisky. He wants to be like, he wants what Shabisky. I'm not saying Shabisky's like a superstar or anything, but Shabisky's got friends like DP and me.
It's that petty. It is literally that petty. It's the fact that he can't play video games with Shabisky anymore. Yeah. He's not part of the circle. He doesn't get to eat lunch with the cool kids anymore. He doesn't get to poop in the shower and waffle stomp it. So he's
But
pissed.
here's the deal. The only cool kid he ever got to do that with anyway was Shabisky, because Shabisky is a very nice guy. He really is. Shabisky hangs out with all. Well, Shabisky gonna learn. I used to be the same fucking way, but now I'm kind of an asshole. I have a close, tight knit circle that I talk to, and that's it. Because people will do what Tragic did to Shabisky, and I know that. But Shabisky's nicer than me. I'm old and fucking angry, and Shabisky's a nice dude, and he took advantage of Shabisky. Shabisky seen the dark side of Tragic, which is the whole fucking person, basically. And then Shabisky went on his own way. Shabisky ain't the only time Shabisky does anything petty back is when they talk about him. He does. If they would leave Shabisky alone, Shabisky would leave them alone. Same thing with me. Same thing with Missy. If they leave us alone, we'd leave them alone. And
I think my favorite Shab is Petty Shab. Yeah. Hey, Missy. Petty Shabisky is the best Shabisky. I don't know if you guys saw the video of Petty Shabisky going in. It was the best Shabisky.
Well, I don't watch anything Shabisky does, to be honest with you.
It's freaking amazing.
I mean, I don't like him personally. I think he's a little piece of shit. And
he
whatever.
Just waffle stomp shit. You're confusing him with what he waffle stomps.
I got something I want to talk about. Missy and Sophie kind of struck a chord this morning with me. Because we all know that Mississippi, right? Oh, Mississippi bad, Mississippi racist, all this shit. But, I mean, Mississippi's the target. Sophie said, Mississippi's celebrating the Confederate history thing, which they are, which is stupid. However, he's like everybody, every state else is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What about Minnesota, motherfucker, who's killing innocent black men all the goddamn time up north?
Are we talking about more fake outrage to be outraged about outrage?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Cancel culture wars.
No,
Fuck
here's
yeah.
the deal. Mississippi is stupid, right? They do have that celebrating Confederate History Month and all that shit. They do, and it's dumb. It's dumb. But all the fucking murders are coming out of northern states.
Yeah.
All the police brutality, northern states.
Well, I guess it doesn't, honestly, I guess it comes down for me. Here's this, people want to put everything in these bullshit categories. Listen, what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right. Period. Yeah. Period. Bottom line.
And I do want to talk about.
Go ahead.
I do want to talk about that recent murder that happened in Minnesota, which was, if you've seen the video I have, it's fucking blatant murder. The
I don't
female,
know if I can watch it.
Oh, the female cop says she thought it was her taser that she
How the
had.
fuck you mix that up? How the fuck are you a licensed police officer and you mix up your fucking taser and your fucking gun?
First
of all, she held the gun.
There's no way.
She held the gun several minutes. Several minutes before she shot it.
I thought it was my taser.
And first of all, when you shoot somebody, you do like this. You know that's a gun in front of your eyeballs.
Right. Yeah. Did you not look to see the difference between your gun and your taser? She's
the weight is different.
Liar, and I hope she gets dragged.
Yeah, and she's supposed to be a trained officer,
What state was it in? Minnesota?
Minnesota. Yeah, same state where George Floyd was murdered.
There's no way, because when you like Missy's saying, if you were a trained officer, you were the difference between the weapons that are on you. Okay, there's no fucking way.
Everything's different.
The weight is
she's
different.
full of
the
fucking
place
shit.
Where you put it on your belt is different. I had two
Your
state
hand
troopers
placement
as uncles my entire life. The place on the belt is different. The place where you put your hand is different. The way you grip it is fucking different.
They're shaped different.
Yeah. It's completely
Sorry,
different.
I woke up and chose cunt this morning. So
well, that was yesterday too. But
okay, so I'm watching the footage right now.
It's horrible. I mean, I watched it. I mean, look, and the argument is, well, he shouldn't have tried to jump back in the car. Well, okay, but that's not a death sentence.
Right. Jumping back in the car does not mean they're going to fuck, like, no.
He was unarmed, didn't have a gun. There was no gun on him. He was unarmed.
He gets out the car. He's backing up to the officers.
They say
the fucking other dude, the fucking
they telling me that he's got warrants, and that's when he tries to run a little bit.
Okay. I don't care. Warrants and running.
No,
that's
not a death sentence. And she knew that she had.
She knew that was her fucking gun.
Yeah, she did.
Stupid, dumb little cunt.
I watched the footage twice to see if he was even trying to kick at the officer, punched out. He didn't.
Well, that's the thing too. You see the video of the guy that was in his army fatigues, the sergeant guy.
Yeah.
And he was doing everything they asked him. He had both his hands out like this. They were like, "Okay, exit the car." He's like, "Okay, I'm going to take my seatbelt off with my left hand." Like he's telling them, and they're like, "You're not doing it good enough. Get the fuck out of the car." It's like, this is what we're.
Yeah, he was a lieutenant. That was the other guy. Yeah, that was the army lieutenant. I don't know where that was.
I don't know where it was either, but it was fucking.
But he was an army lieutenant, and they didn't shoot him; they tased him. Right? Am I correct?
I believe so. Yes.
They didn't kill him.
No, they pepper sprayed him before he even had a chance to get out the car. Because he was literally like, my hands are out the window, and I'm telling you, I'm going to reach to unbuckle my seatbelt so I can get out of the car for you guys.
Unbuckle your seatbelt again, baby, please.
Like that. Unbuckle your seatbelt.
Oh, I love that.
And they pepper sprayed him because he was unbuckling his seatbelt.
Yeah. See, pepper spray fucking hurts, dude. I've been pepper sprayed a lot because I used to be a heathen, and I used to try to fight cops and shit. And that's another thing, right? Okay, I'm a Caucasian, so and I have actually punched a cop before. When I was 24 years old, a cop tried to arrest me for fighting, and I turned around, popped his ass. All they did was pepper spray me, hit me with a nightstick, and handcuff me. I mean, they did beat me up. Don't get me wrong. They beat the fuck out of me.
Years ago were a lot different than the ones now.
I mean, they did hurt me.
Before, you know.
But I got a friend, dude. I sit there and I couldn't believe this shit happened. I watched it. They pepper sprayed his ass, and he looked at him and laughed, ha ha, and still went on him. And I'm like, that's a bad motherfucker. I don't want to ever piss him off. I made good friends with him, and I never had him hit me ever. But speaking of vaginas, how you doing, Miss Parker?
I'm doing good. I just watched that video, so I'm a little
bad.
pissed off.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, it's very irritating. Very, very.
It's disgusting.
Well, I mean, it makes me think again. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I don't think I can watch it right now.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's disturbing. It's disturbing.
It's a disturbing video. It's not as long as the Floyd video.
No.
But it's hard to fucking watch. Like, I had to back out and go back in. It's hard to fucking watch.
Yeah.
They shot the old boy. They didn't shoot
at
point
blank range.
Him to do. Yeah, point blank range.
Point blank range.
And look, it's obvious she knew what it was a fucking.
Oh yeah.
It makes me wonder. This is the problem. So, like, me and my friend had got into a conversation. Like, I understand people get upset when we say defund the police. People get all upset about that. And I don't think that defunding the police is actually the solution we should be looking for. I think the problem comes in with training and the systemic issues that they have within police departments.
And temperamental background checks.
Exactly. So if you're a cop, my thing, I'm not saying that all cops are bad. But what I'm saying is if you're in a precinct and you know of a cop that is active in bad behavior, who has participated in bad behavior, and you don't say anything, you don't actively do the right thing because you're not just a police officer for the police. It's not the good old boys club. You're here to serve, protect, and serve. And so there's an issue with the system that we have, and be it racism, be it classism, whatever that system is, we need to look at it and reevaluate it. Plus, these cops are being trained to kill people. That's what their training is. So as mad as I am at the police, I'm more pissed off at the system that trains them in this way.
Yeah. And I will say this now. I agree with you. They should speak up.
Stop congratulating Bart. He literally just said, "I'm going to be a father. My sister is pregnant."
Yay!
Oh,
why are we congratulating this dude? No,
it's fucking ridiculous.
No. That's Scotty being a fucking idiot.
Yeah. But anyways, what I want to say about that is about what you said, Miss Parker. I agree that they should speak up. But as you know, when you get into like a tribal situation like that, it's hard because if one guy speaks up, because it's happened before, you go back, the
intimidation, the problems that they'd have to deal with.
So they're scared. Mm-hmm. Now that they still should man up. I'm saying that, but they are scared. So I kind of understand why some of them don't speak up.
Well, but that speaks more to the point. Like, we have to look into this because if police officers are afraid to report other police officers to come out and talk about the horrendous things that their coworkers are doing. What kind of a work environment is this? In no other work environment would this be okay.
No,
you know what I mean? If we looked at and we said, hey, this is what's going on in the school district, we would all literally be just, oh my God, up in arms. If we found out that teachers and superintendents were abusing children and hurting them.
I got a story about that here in a minute too, by the way. You brought up, I got a story I got to talk about teachers. But anyways, I agree with you 100%. I agree. The biggest problem is the training, as you said, and you have to have the right temperament to be a police officer.
I believe so, yeah.
And so we need to do mental background checks and put them through tests to like show their temper, like what, because like me personally, I've said this before, I could not be a cop. I'd kill everybody.
Yeah, I couldn't be a nurse. I don't love you that much. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Oh, if you shit on me, if you throw up on me, you're by your fucking self.
Yeah,
but
you're kind of into that though. It's weird. It's weird. You're kind of into that shit though.
No, not that shit. That's when it's over.
That's Fit. I'm sorry, that's Fit and Kirby. She's into the shit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. But
I didn't even know.
You spoke of school. I recently read an article like a few days ago where there was 2 teachers who got busted, 2 female teachers, for having a threesome with their student.
This shit right here, man.
But you know what pissed me off? There was a dude that talked about it on TikTok, and I read the comments, and all the guys like, Good for him. Good for him. Oh, way to go. And I'm like, dude, if that was two male teachers and a young female student, everybody would be pissed off. Everybody would be so fucking angry.
And it's the same exact thing. There's a horrible double standard with it. And I don't care about the bullshit. Oh, she was hot and all this stuff. No, it's a child. Yeah. Period. It's a fucking kid. No child deserves to be treated like that, especially from somebody in a position of power.
And isn't there that one bitch teacher, Mary Laterney, whatever her last name is? She got in trouble. Yeah, she was sleeping with him while he was still in high school, got pregnant by him, went to jail, came out, and then married the fucking dude.
And they're still together.
Think that's grooming? She groomed him from fucking high school to be able to be her husband. If you don't think that she was sending him letters while she was in prison, like
and then that's where disgusting. And I know it pisses a lot of feminist women off, but that's where a double standard against men is bad.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. This whole feminism, I got into a conversation with a couple of fucking blowhards on YouTube about fucking feminism, and they wanted to talk about all the radical feminists who get pissed off because nobody opens the door for them. I don't give a fuck about radical anybody's. Let me say that right now. Feminism at its core is about treating people with equality.
At its core, it's a good thing.
That's it. If you
but then you have people make it ugly. You've had some people make it really ugly.
You do, and I don't care about those people.
But here's the thing that pisses me off. Here's the thing that pisses me off: the feminists that are against chivalry. That makes me so angry. Like I'm a sexist. I'm a sexist because I opened the door for a lady. Fuck you.
That's ridiculous. That shit's just fucking stupid.
You know what I do? I open the door for human beings.
Exactly.
If you're a kid, if you're a woman, if you're an old man, if you're like whoever the fuck. If I'm coming out and I see you 5 feet over there coming to the door, I'm gonna stand there for a second and hold the door open for you because my mom raised me right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's
wrong with all
it is. Okay, I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But as far as like if you're on a date with someone, right? I'm a liberal. I'm a leftist. Everybody knows that. But I'm also from the South, and we have certain traditions and ways. And I was raised to open the door for my lady. I was raised to pull the chair out from my lady.
I'm going to counteract that. You were raised to open the door for a lady, right? I was raised that once I sit in that car, I better be reaching over and unlocking and open that door for the dude that just opened the fucking door for me.
Exactly.
I do that for my husband because it's a courtesy. You were nice to me. I'm going to be nice to you. It's about courtesy. This weird chivalry is dead or feminists have killed chivalry. I don't give a fuck about that. Listen, just be nice to each other. That's it. We all have to live on this goddamn planet.
Still opens the doors for me. My baby father still is chivalrous, even with us not being together. He still treats me that way. But you know why? Because he was raised right.
Yeah,
he might be an idiot,
and there's nothing wrong. Right. There's nothing wrong because I'm old. I'm 43. I'm old fashioned. There's nothing wrong with a woman treating a man like a man and a man treating a woman like a woman. There's nothing fucking wrong with that.
Well, I think at this point, what we're learning is. People are gonna identify however they identify, and as long as you treat people with respect, kindness, and dignity, you're fine. Right. That's it. All you gotta do. You're totally fine. Don't give a fuck about their sexuality. Stop giving a fuck about what they do in their privacy.
You're not there when they're fucking. Are you?
I want to be. I want to be.
You are not there when they are fucking. It does not concern you
at all.
When Mrs. Parker is fucking, I want to be there.
It is pretty amazing, and we now have this wall. The mirrors are the sliding glass situation, and it's a mirror. So there's a whole wall of my room that's a mirror, and then we position the bed in such a way that we can make our own little situations. It's fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's super fun.
We got $150 go today, by the way. If we make that go, Shabisky will have the nipple adjustment surgery that he needs.
Nipple adjustment surgery.
August says, if I don't have a coat, I lay face down in puddles so women don't get their feet wet.
Well, that's a little much.
That's amazing. All hail. All hail.
It's a little excessive.
I'm very nice. When I roofie a chick, I'm really kind about it. I don't I make sure that she's taken care of.
Every Wednesday night, my husband slips me a hot Cosby just to make it spicy.
Yeah, dude. God, I love a hot Cosby every night.
You know.
Just
I
You know
graduated
you're
from.
coming. You just
went
don't
to
know
co-
which drink it's going to be.
Yeah, I went to Cosby U, right? You know.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
I majored in wet cloth, and
Minored in chloroform.
yeah, minored in chloroform, and I can. And
Majored in wet cloth, minored in chloroform.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm dying. You guys are gonna kill me.
I took a couple courses in how to remove panties without them knowing it.
Now that is a skill.
This-
I saw a chick take her underwear off while her shorts were still on.
I
And
can
I
do
was
that.
like, bitch,
That's a new trend
that's
on TikTok.
amazing.
No, that's a new
do
trend on
that.
TikTok.
If you got the right kind of underwear on, they can't be the 100% cotton ones, right? They got to be the little stretchy ass ones.
Yeah.
And then you put the easiest part. I can take my bra off without having my
I
shirt
can
on.
take
Like,
my
Yeah.
bra off. Yeah. But the
I
underwear
learned
thing-
that crap in I learned that crap in like middle school, high school when you change in the locker room. Hold on, my dog is barking. That shit a long time ago had to do both of those. Underwear and underwear. Underwear and underwear.
that's a
Underwear
big
and
it's
bra.
just certain underwear, because if you try to do it with like cotton panties,
Yeah, it's gotta be stretchy.
they're not going nowhere.
Wait, do I have underwear on right now? I do. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. After I get off the stream, I'm gonna try.
That's a big trend on TikTok right now. They're doing that shit.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to take my underwear. I don't have any underwear on.
Dude, I saw this TikTok challenge that was hilarious. I don't know if you've seen it, where there's like these two white girls drinking some beers and laughing at the camera, and they they go up to like their mom and they're like, "Mom, meet my friends."
Oh yeah,
And-
we've seen that.
And then the friend, they're all like, and they're like,
Mitch, what you laughing at?
"What the fuck are you laughing at?" Like they're all
Yeah.
getting pissed off. That shit had me
I
cracking
learned
up last
something.
night.
That is funny. I've seen that one. I've learned something, and I did a little TikTok about it the other day. Watch white girls dance to hip hop.
Yes, it's amazing.
Some of them are very good, but the faces they make, it weirds me. I don't understand why they have to look like they're taking a shit when they're doing the
Because
dance.
Because they think that's
Put
the
attitude behind
Yeah,
their
like-
dance moves to think that they're cool.
yeah, because they're
But
super
how-
funky. you
And I'm
know?
like, why y'all doing
They're
that?
hip. They're with it, man.
It
They're in
gets
the
on my
know.
nerves.
Because they're
down.
trying to practice their resting bitch face, but their resting bitch face sucks. And that's the result of a woman trying
down.
too hard.
That's why white girls annoy me sometimes.
My resting bitch face is on point, so I'm not gonna try to
Yeah, I have an
dance to
amazing
things I
resting
shouldn't be
bitch face.
dancing to.
Hey, this is what I can say, bitch. You can rest on my face. Hey.
Woo!
That's good.
I won't be. I wouldn't be resting.
No, because I'd be eating the hell out of it. Well, no, I wouldn't be doing nothing because I'm not.
You're
like
not that
It
kind
would.
of guy.
It wouldn't be a time of rest. That's what I'm saying.
No.
What I want to know, Pimp, why do you hang out with so many stoners if you're not a stoner?
Because everybody's a stoner but me.
Why?
I'm not.
It's
stoned.
because with his blood pressure, he can't do
Yeah, I
it.
can't stone no more because of my blood pressure. I used to be a stoner.
Okay, there we
I
go.
can't stone no more because of that. But yeah, I used to be a pretty big pothead.
Do you have a heart condition like egghead?
No, I don't have a heart condition. I have hypertension. It could be a heart condition real quick if I don't take care of it. So yeah, I mean, like I got to go to the doctor tomorrow. I have to go to the doctor once a week for the next few weeks because of what happened. A week ago, a couple weeks ago, when I went to the doctor and my blood pressure was what was it? What did I say it was? I forget.
250 over 90?
Over
Something
190.
Yeah,
Over 190.
250 over
Oh,
190.
190. Okay.
Yeah, 250 over 190, which I was in, pretty
Yeah.
dangerous.
That's
It's
like
really-
stroke. That's stroke level. That's heart attack level.
Yep.
I told
So-
my sister, who's a nurse, and she went, "He's lucky he was still standing."
Yeah. So I would love to smoke weed again. And I do occasionally. Like when I hang out with Ben and them in Seattle or whatever, when I go to Seattle and shit, I usually smoke a little with Ben and stuff. I mean, like when I was going to those meetups and pimp gatherings and stuff, I did smoke a lot of weed, but I had to be real careful about it. But I like it. But like that night when I was hanging out with TJ and them, and they had a bag of gummy bears on the fucking table, and I didn't know it was THC gummy bears. So I just grabbed a handful and ate the motherfuckers.
Not a
And
good idea. Did you throw up or pass out?
I laid down on the concrete floor for a while.
Okay. That sounds about right.
But I was already fucked up because at the party that we went to at the meetup, that I hate to say this, but I was one of the people that they were all excited to see because I was, I'm a content creator, whatever. So everybody was just giving me fucking weed left and right and alcohol. I had like 30 Jack and Cokes bought for me that night. And just weed everywhere. And I was dabbing. That's one of the first times I ever dabbed, actually. I was dabbing with people. I was smoking. But there was this one dude walks up and he has a little bitty pin joint, right? Mm-hmm. Tiny. It fucked me up worse than anything I've ever smoked in my life. Mm-hmm. I smoked a little bit of that shit, and I was like, "What's up?" And then that was the same night too, where there was. This is shitty. I'm a shitty person. I'll be the first one to tell you. But there was this couple there, and I was very attracted to the female. I said, "This chick is hot." And they were sitting there, and so when he went back into the bar, so the fans made a human wall around me and her so we could make out where he couldn't see it.
That's horrible, and you're a piece of shit, but 10 points. 10 points.
But she was so hot, I had to kiss her.
That doesn't make it better.
But she was pretty.
It doesn't matter. That's not how life works, sweetie.
She was real pretty. I wanted to fuck her, but I couldn't do that.
Not on the floor. What the hell?
Yeah. Anyways, I miss her.
You miss her?
Yeah.
You kissed her one time.
I don't even know her name. Well, we got a... No, we don't. I thought we had a tip, but we don't. Never mind. That was from last night. Anyways,
there was a shooting.
Yeah, was there?
Yes. Oh my God.
Well, before we talk about kids getting shot, we got $150 goal. Please help me get there. Yeah. No, who got shot in school? What school?
Tennessee high school student killed after firing at an officer in school bathroom. A police officer was wounded in a high school in Knoxville, Tennessee, authorities said Monday. Officials say that the person who shot the officer, a student at Austin East Magnet High School, died at the scene when police returned fire.
Well, that's fucked up.
Yep. That is.
You sure know how to ruin a moment there.
I'm sorry. It just popped up on my newsfeed, and I was like, the fuck, dude? Life sucks. Dude, America is really pissing me off.
America always pisses me off. I mean, we're never going to be better. I mean, if we take care of one problem, we're going to create another one. That's just the way we are. I don't say America. That's just humans, period. I mean, every country's fucked up.
Yeah, Ireland's having riots. Everything's all fucked up. It's crazy.
Well, you think about it, Shaddy.
Something funny. Sorry.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's Shabisky's fault.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
Well, listen,
I think Shabisky is the reason for Kim. Shabisky made Kim Kardashian, and now she's getting divorced from Kanye West, and they're fighting about custody over the babies.
Well, that does make sense. Shabs likes to start fights.
Yeah.
I would love to meet the judge that gives those babies to Kanye.
Well,
I do love him, but I feel like
he don't need custody.
Yeah, joint custody, sure. I'm not ever saying that a father should be kept from their children, but there's just been some concern with his mental health that I want to make sure that he is fully set in his mental health before taking complete custody of the children.
But do you think would be there to help him? Shab's the reason why they're getting divorced because he's the one sleeping with Kanye. So I mean, at the end of the day, Shab would at least be there to help him with the kids.
That's true. So Shab is really good with kids.
Ain't Kanye fucking old Skeletor?
I'm not sure who he was. I don't know who he was cheating with. Other than
no, he was fucking old. The dude that looks like Skeletor, got the blonde hair, rich makeup guy.
No, he was not fucking Jeffree Star. That
he was fucking Jeffree Star.
It was a rumor. You remember that bitch that licked the toilet seat on an airplane?
Yes, I hate her. I was just doing videos on that bitch.
Put that rumor out there to the world, and then came back and retracted it and said she thought it was funny that everyone believed her, and she was just trying to get out.
I believe it.
That would have been quite the plot twist.
He is a gay fish. Yeah, it's a great plot twist.
I think that may be some of Kanye's issues. He don't want to come out of closet.
I think he's a gay fish. Like there was this whole documentary on South Park about it. And
I don't know what gay fish means.
That's what Kanye is. It's a gay fish.
If you watch South Park, you'll see that they do this whole episode about fish sticks. And Cartman made up a fucking joke about if you like fish sticks, the fish dicks, then you're gay.
Yeah.
And Kanye spent the entire episode saying, "I'm not a gay fish. I just like fish dicks."
Exactly.
Fish sticks.
Oh, PT Ham just gave $25 and nice 25. I don't know what that means.
Wow.
But thank you, PT Ham, very much. Now we need 125 to make it go.
Oh, damn.
So thank you, buddy. You're a good buddy. I don't care what Shabisky says about you. So Kanye's a gay cat, right?
He's a gay fish.
A gay poodle?
And Kim Kardashian is a troll from Lord of the Rings. No. She's a hobbit from Lord of the Rings. That was part of the documentary also.
You know how many times I ever watched their show?
Really?
The Kardashian show or South Park?
Same with me.
No, South Park I watched a million times. The Kardashians.
Oh, the Kardashians. Oh, no.
I can't watch them.
Yeah.
No, of course I love fucking South Park. I used to put South Park on my laptop just to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. I love South Park.
I watched all the Kardashians. They're absolutely. Here's the thing I learned watching the Kardashians over all this years. Here is my hypothesis. Anything that comes out of or goes into a Kardashian vagina is cursed, right? Well, think about it. Every man who's ever fucked a woman from that family bloodline is fucked off. Yep. Okay, we can go with Mama. Her husband is now a woman. He's lost his mind. Okay. Then you have Kim. Her first two husbands lost their motherfucking mind. Yep. Chloe, Lamar Odom is out here about to fight some little white boy.
Yeah, he's a crackhead too.
He's a crackhead. He almost died in a whorehouse.
Right.
Kanye West. This is just a
Courtney with Scott Disick, and the Scott Disick.
But in that defense, I will say Kanye was crazy before he got with Kim, though. Now
he was, but then now he's starting a cult. She takes it. That vagina will take you to the next level of you're crazy. Oh, you thought you hit rock bottom? Not till you fuck this bitch.
They're like the Moldavite of fucking human beings.
Lord Voldemort lives inside their vulvas.
I will say I would like to put my mouth on the youngest one's vagina.
All the plastic that's in there.
Kylie?
Well,
I don't know her name.
You've seen the fucking side by sides.
Then you're gonna be fucked off.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm already fucked off.
That's a lot of plastic surgery.
It's gonna take it to the next level.
She started that bullshit. There was this whole TikTok thing where girls were putting a shot glass on their lips and blowing their lips out. Yeah, you guys remember that bullshit?
No, that's not the one I'm talking about.
The Kylie Jenner lips.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one under her.
Oh,
Kylie is Kylie's
the baby.
Well, that wasn't a lip girl though. The other one was a lip girl.
Oh, the other one did the lip thing. Okay, the two youngest look the same to me. Yeah. They look exactly the same.
Kylie is the youngest, and then what's her face? Kendall. Kendall is the one.
Kendall, there it is.
Okay. Which one?
Kylie's the one that came out with her own.
Kylie has the makeup line. Kendall is the only one that's actually kind of sort of normal.
I think that's what I'm talking about.
She's a supermodel over in France.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, Well, her,
she's the one that kept her figure. She was like, nah, I ain't getting butt implants. I ain't getting boob implants. I'm going to keep what God gave me and go and work it. And she became an actual, like, respected model in the industry. So I think Kendall's the only. No, Kylie's the youngest.
Almost youngest. She's the second to youngest.
Well, okay, Kendall's the one I'm talking about then. That's the one I'm talking about. I won't put my mouth on her down.
She's the only one that seems semi-normal. Like, that hasn't gone
trauma. So I can put my mouth on her pussy then.
Maybe. If she'll let you.
Yeah. You might have to
huge over there in France.
Consent is, that's a crazy concept.
Oh my God. You want to talk about wrestling?
Ooh. I'll wrestle with you, baby.
Yeah, WWE Raw is doing stuff. I don't know what that means anymore.
It's
some dude named Drew McLyrie. I don't know.
All I saw was that they had one of the fucking Paul brothers getting face planted on the mat, and I was like, "Yep, y'all went. Y'all, it's done. It's over."
I don't
Once WWE is letting one of the Paul brothers fight professionally on their fucking mats, it's over.
It's money.
They let Donald Trump on. Okay, come on.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
He was president and did all that crazy shit. That's when he was just Trump.
Yeah, but he was still crazy.
That was before. Yeah, but it was before the presidency crazy.
Yeah, but he's in the Celebrity Wing Hall of Fame for the WWE. I don't watch the new product. I'm old school. I watch all the old shit and keep up with that. But I don't watch the new product. WWE sucks. AEW's okay. Now New Japan fucking rocks.
See, I don't know that one.
Yeah, New Japan. That's awesome shit right there. But
every once in a while, I watch the Lucha Libres. Like the Spanish ones with the mask and stuff, that's kick-ass to me. The way they fly around, the little midget dudes, the little people. And it's just, there's always, I don't know what they're saying. I'm just in it for the story. And it seems like there's a lot of drama, and I love it. I'm very much so addicted to that when I'm high. Super fun.
I'll ditch you. I mean,
the chat is saying Logan didn't fight. He got destroyed. He got stunnered by Kevin Owens.
I didn't watch this shit. Look, I understand why they bring the Paul brothers in or whatever, because look, I hate it, but they're money.
They're gonna bring in the money and the ratings and stuff, right?
They're money. They're money. I mean, that's the way. I mean, look, I hate them, but I love their hustle.
Yeah, but you have to think too, if the WWE is getting so desperate that they're bringing on one of the Paul brothers for money, it means that they're not really making that much money, right?
It ain't about desperate. Yeah. It's about, they've always done that. I mean, they did it with Lawrence Taylor, the football player. They did it with, they had a big match between Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow. It's always, WWE's always brought in celebrity. Hell, in the 70s, Memphis wrestling, Jerry Lawler brought in Andy Kaufman.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. It's Andy Kaufman. I stopped watching wrestling seriously when I was like a freshman in high school.
Yeah. Well, this is what you just said. It makes sense because Andy Kaufman. But you got to understand there was a different time. Nowadays, the Paul brothers are the celebrities because, let's face it, YouTube celebrities and stuff are bigger than movie celebrities now.
Yeah.
Didn't you say there was like a TikTokers versus YouTubers, something or other?
Yeah, the celebrity boxing thing. Yeah, the TikTokers versus YouTuber boxing event. It's happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is the new type of celebrity is the TikTokers versus the YouTube. Like what we're talking about. We're talking about Paul brothers being invited to do wrestling for Christ's sake. Like,
and the first time I realized how big this is with the first time I went to VidCon. And I seen like some of the bigger YouTubers and how people acted toward them. I'm like, this is the new celebrity.
Yeah. It's an interesting forum, and I've been trying to understand like how it works exactly. And I think the reason why people are gravitating towards TikTok and YouTube is just because you get to select your entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Where you get to choose exactly what you want to watch when you want to watch it.
You used to be able to do that on YouTube because YouTube used to be, when you went on YouTube before, your suggested page had YouTubers. Now it's got CNN and bullshit and all this stuff. And
lots of ads,
TikTok is still that way now. See, TikTok, that's the reason people are gravitating toward TikTok because, as you said, you can select who you want to watch and be big time fans of. And by the way, people who hate on TikTok, Get used to it. It's here.
I've been reviewing it.
It's not going
I keep
anywhere.
Finding weird stuff. I keep reviewing it, and I find myself in these weird rabbit holes.
You'll get in the wormholes. You will. You'll get those holes. Yeah. And it's fun. And look, and here's the thing. There's different sides. Just there's the dancing kids. I don't watch that shit. But now I ain't gonna lie, everybody know I do like to go. I like to. Because your For You page will suggest the videos you like the most, right? That style of video. Most of my videos are dancing black girls. Okay.
Well, that's what you like to see.
That's what I like. And also, I watch fit and curvy shit. And by the way, I'm an amazing fucking TikToker.
See, I have to get on your guys' pages. Yeah, I need to get on
But Jeff Holiday does it. Me and Memory's been going back and forth lately. She said not my last one, but the one before that was. She said, "Oh, you're so cute," because I did this thing where I was like dancing, and all of a sudden I pop up and I got glasses and a furry thing on my. Yeah,
I love
all sorts of fun stuff.
I bug the shit out of her sometimes. I'll be
She's amazing.
her like 15 fucking TikToks that I think are funny.
Yeah, that's an amazing couple right there. They belong together because look,
They're
biased.
legit couple goals.
I'm biased toward those two because there's two of my best friends. I mean, they really are two of my best friends. I love Jeff Holiday and Memory. And it's crazy how that happened because I didn't like Jeff. And Jeff always liked me. That's the thing. It wasn't like a rival. He always liked me, but I had it in my head I didn't like him.
Yeah.
And then when I met the fucker, he walked up to me with that pickle flask. Pimmo, you drink from my pickle? I was like, yeah. And then we became good friends. He's awesome. And, I don't like fit and curvy.
No, I suck. No,
She's
I mean, no one likes me.
But she is beautiful, isn't she? Look at her.
Yes, gorgeous.
She's
All
a
that
white
punk
girl,
rock
but
love.
she's a white girl, but I'd 69her.
Oh, I saw this TikTok the other day that was it was this woman saying, like, you know what, for all of my allies that aren't in the black community, we're just gonna call y'all melonly challenged from now on.
Melonly
challenged. It's it.
I will be honest. I'm getting
That's
sick of it. I'm getting sick of the white people hating their own skin, though. I'm getting sick of that.
I'm not only am I tired of that bullshit, I'm sick of this. What is it? This white guilt, shit. Listen, at the end of the day, nobody is saying that you should feel like shit because your ancestors did something. Nobody's saying that you should feel like shit.
There's some people saying that, though. There's some people saying that.
Yeah, but those are the idiots. And when do we listen to idiots? This is
always,
what I mean.
Because they're the loudest. We always listen to them.
We don't know. If somebody's saying something fucking stupid, you should have the discernment to understand it's fucking stupid. That's an extreme opinion that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But as a content creator, you have to listen to that shit.
I know, and I'm getting to this point where I'm like, the fuck? There's so much dumb shit out here with no filter. Motherfuckers are literally just getting online saying, oh, you guys want me to feel bad because you used to be slaves. And, well, I'm German. I didn't have slaves. My family was too poor to have slaves. The fuck are you talking about, bitch? That's retarded. If I hear one more fucking white person tell me their family was too poor to own slaves, as if that's a justification for your bullshit microaggressions today. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but all of us don't have microaggressions.
Or is he German descent born in America? Because then he's not from Germany. He just has German ancestry.
German descent, yeah.
Right. So he can get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
But now look here now. See, okay, y'all gonna make me mad.
That's the part of TikTok I'm stuck in right now. I'm stuck on the part of TikTok that's just people who are constantly being outraged about outrage. Dude went on like 4 fucking rants about Mr. Potato Head and how the left is trying to infiltrate society and these fucking videos about how Megan Stallion's gonna ruin the world and how.
Are you watching Nick Fuentes? He's crazy.
I possibly
I'm weird stuck little there. White man and like he's like real shy. His cock's kind of nasally like this.
Yes,
like,
yes. Okay, so that's okay.
He's
yeah, it's just like these people are fucking idiots, and they're just out here spewing this shit, and it's old people. Why are you on TikTok? Nobody wants to hear
we like
shit.
to have fun, motherfucker.
I don't care about your fun. You don't belong there.
I found these 2 old grandmas.
It was created by Asian people.
These 2 grandmas are old as shit. and high as fuck all the time, and they go live, and it's hilarious
They're
to watch
awesome.
them.
Dude, I love me. Miss Parker's an ageist over here. This motherfucker.
Listen, if you
there
are
are in my
a few grannies
and I'm too old. And I'm too old for TikTok, apparently.
Let's just admit it, okay? We have to admit this shit. I think it was Chong and his old ass. He's on TikTok smoking weed and doing TikTok dances.
Yeah, he is.
And he's adorable. I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking adorable. I saw 2 old people dancing in their living room on TikTok.
Sweet.
It was adorable. Absolutely adorable. But if you're an old racist asshole, get the fuck off of TikTok.
Oh yeah, racism.
Nobody
doesn't belong
needs
anywhere.
to hear you.
It's
I don't care if you're black,
little
white,
ones
Asian, or
I
whatever.
do want to say this. I gotta say this because look, yeah, there's a bunch of bullshit with white people. We know that, but let's not deny the bullshit with black people either.
Yes, dude, Umar Johnson. Okay, bullshit. Full of shit. Nothing but hate speech and full of shit. Just constantly, and he's grifting the fuck out of people. There's tons of them. Absolutely, I don't like none of them.
I got a tip from Billy. He says Shab isn't allowed on TikTok within 500 feet of elementary school. Are the two related? You decide. Love you, Miss Parker and Fit. You don't love me, Billy? Fuck you, you piece of shit.
You don't love me?
Love you too, Billy.
Oh, me and Billy are getting YouTube married by Lord Bear.
Yes, I asked if I could be the flower girl. I want to.
Yes, I would love for you to be the flower
me and
girl.
Shabisky's gonna have a gay marriage.
That's adorable.
Is Lord Bear gonna marry you guys? Because
No,
he's gonna marry us, and
Fit
it's gonna be a
Curvy's gonna marry
fabulous.
us.
Oh, Fit and Curvy. He's gonna have fish. Yes. Let's just
I'm
do
so
a summer
excited.
of YouTube weddings. I think we need that. In our
Shabisky,
lives.
will you dress in a wedding dress? Shabisky, we could do this on the morning wood
Let's
for real,
please.
dude.
Can we
guys
make
could
the
get
summer
married
of
with
weddings?
wedding
dress.
Shabs would look very pretty.
You
in a
made me
dress.
do that. Yeah.
Do it.
Let's set a goal.
Teach you how to do makeup.
Hilarious.
Oh my God, let's set a goal.
God.
And then if you guys hit that goal, well, you guys discuss it amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
And then we can have a wedding. And I think that would be beautiful.
I know the perfect person to marry is because he's got this whole church thing going on now. Jeff. Holiday.
Oh,
that's
that
true.
would be wonderful.
The Reverend
good.
Holiday. If you guys haven't yet, he does have a website. You can
give me a way,
sign up
Fit.
to be a member of his church.
Yes.
So,
I was just gonna ask if I could do Shab's makeup. I just wanted to help Shabs do his makeup.
But you can give Shabisky away. I tell you what, we should do. Actually, we should do this shit at a fucking pimp gathering, and do it for like in the recording.
I think this is just a beautiful thing because listen, we've all been stuck in our house. COVID is fucking with us. We're all getting our vaccines. We're feeling like shit. Life is sucking right now. Okay, and life is still not getting back to normal. We deserve something wonderful.
By the way,
we deserve this as a community.
We have an anti-vaxxer in here right now, and his name is Shabisky.
No, he is. Oh my God!
no,
Don't you put
not
that
an
on him?
anti-vaxxer. You leave his mama out of this, or I swear to God, I will come to Mississippi and slap the fuck out of you.
You
leave
ain't
his mama
gonna
out
do
of it.
shit to me, motherfucker. Shut up.
Try me. I'm the
I'm gonna talk about
craziest
Biscuit's
of all.
mama. I wasn't even thinking about his goddamn mama, but now I'm gonna talk about his mama because you told me I can't.
Everybody's yelling. Stop yelling. I don't like when mommy and daddy fight.
You cannot.
I will
Leave
cook your
this
so
mama alone. Now.
It's just kiss.
Pimp.
He's a
Pimp.
bitch.
Pimp.
It ain't got nothing to do
Pimp.
with her. He is a
Pimp.
bitch.
Pimp.
It's okay. Take a breath.
What, sweetheart?
I learned something new from watching Miss Parker. Did you know that if a woman holds her cup with 2 hands, she can't be trusted?
Well, you know, if a woman breathes, she can't be trusted.
You are a
Also
sexist,
probably.
so
I mean, goddamn.
yes, I do
Missy-
enjoy holding
Missy
a cup
breaks
with
my
2
heart
hands.
every day.
It's very fun.
She yells at me. Nobody supposed to yell at me. I'm the motherfucking king of the world over here, and she yells at me.
You might be the
Because
king
she's
of the
aggressive.
world, but I'm God.
God does not exist, so you're not existent. So fuck you.
But she's right there. Oh my God. I had this theory last night in the middle of the night when I was really high on a live stream. And I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, what if we're all ghosts? Right? And because we don't know, like, I've never actually seen you in the flesh, right? And you haven't seen me in the flesh.
Okay,
so,
you're
like,
being stupid
what
right
if,
now.
like, 25% of us are just ghosts?
Okay, I love
living
you, but
on the
you're being
internet.
Really stupid right
Ghosts
now.
going live on YouTube.
Just going live talking shit.
I love you, but
We're
you're
in a different reality.
stupid.
We're in a different reality.
That's all I'm saying. It could be a possibility. Prove me
This
wrong,
is
though.
why I don't like people who smoke pot anymore.
Listen, I'm
Stop
just throwing.
it.
Listen, man, you're not letting me.
Miss
be
Parker's been
myself.
talking. Miss Parker's been talking to Vaughn too much, I think.
Jilly Juice
Walk
taught me
away,
that
Miss
last
Parker.
night.
No,
Jilly Juice
walk
taught me
away.
that.
Walk
She
away.
taught me that we could all just kind of be. We're not like it was crazy. But then for a minute there, I understood what was happening, and I was like, "Whoa, this is deep." And then I realized I was too high. Me and Yada was watching it, but I'm gonna do it again. But I think she might be onto something. She might be onto something.
She's on to something, and it's not anything good.
Her brain turned to salt water. She's got sea madness
Something.
at this point.
It's broken there.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm in the Matrix.
I think you're in the retard zone.
I'm in the Matrix. Like,
Oh, I said the R word. Sorry.
don't say it.
I'm
Say
sorry.
the R word.
I apologize for saying the word. I
That
forgot
word.
what you're in the Shabisky zone.
Oh, is that what we are?
Yeah,
As long as he doesn't put Shabba Chew thing in the background, I'll be all right.
Well, no, honestly, people don't realize this.
Shabachu is my sleep paralysis.
Shabisky was in the
nightmare
gifted
monster.
class. A lot of people don't know this.
understand.
Yeah. He is
No,
a
Shabba
sleep
Chew-
paralysis demon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a nightmare.
that is
Yeah,
what
that's an evil.
Shabachu is, and I see him standing
It's
at the
a
end of my
pervert.
bed with those lips, and
I'm gonna have to see the Shabba
No.
No!
I haven't.
Yeah, okay, well
will
then
you show
send me,
Miss
can you
Parker
send me
Shabba
can you
Chew,
send
please?
it to me in DMs or can I
Shabisky,
see it?
if
Like,
you
I've
put
never
it on
seen
there, I will kill you, bitch.
Put it on there, Shab. Let Miss Parker
Just
see.
do
I
it.
just want to
Just-
see it.
Just
I
rip
just
the
want to see
Band-Aid
the
off.
situation.
Go
Like the
ahead.
smile on his
I'm
face.
telling
is
you,
so
I will
delightful.
remove you from the stream.
I just want to see. Can I please see it,
Cancel.
please? Can I please?
He's looking for it.
Bill Hicks is stupid as hell.
Look at it's
Oh, that is why is his belly button doing that? Why does
he's got a big fat belly? His belly's hanging, so he's got a big fat belly,
Oh
and
my
his
God.
belly button's just pointing down to the ground.
the super cringe? Okay, that's super cringe.
Okay.
Okay.
It's really
He's
bad
gonna-
when Shabs goes right beside it. and makes you smile.
It's not making me laugh. My mouth hurts.
You're not coming back now.
Yay.
Oh,
Oh,
You might as well jerk off.
wonderful. Yes,
No,
yes.
wait a minute. It's all a joke. I don't. But I don't like that they got the human lips on them. That freaks me out.
what?
It's like
That
the
adds to
Sonic
it.
with human teeth. It was really gross.
Yeah, it's like a herpy infested little
Mm,
gremlin.
that's fucking
Cute.
insane.
Yeah. Anyways, we're almost. What are we doing the second hour, Missy?
We eat, man.
That's right. That's when I tell you to give us money and you do so. In the description below, Shabisky has a Patreon. Please become a patron of Shabisky. He does movie night, game night, all kinds of nights. He's very interactive with his fan base, so he needs the money and you need to have fun, so there you go. Missy has a Patreon. Hey, if you like titties, she's got them. And she's got photos of them. And if you want to see, oh, God
Oh,
damn.
you have awesome titties too. You got nice set titties.
Y'all three need to quit that right now because I'm getting all bubble. Anyways, she's got photos for your viewing pleasure. You'll enjoy it. She needs the money. Boom. We also have a stream, Morning Wood Patreon. And once we get that $300 a month, we will start doing private shows. And let me tell you something. It's going to be the old school Pimpmunk private shows. And if you've never seen them before, PT Ham is in the chat room. Other people in the chat room who've seen them. They were the best private shows on the planet. I guarantee you that. There's nudity. There's craziness. There's all kind of crazy shit that goes on my private shows. So once we hit $300 a month, we will be doing that. I have a PayPal Streamlabs. So please tip right now. We going for 150. We need 120 to finish to go. So please help me get there. Also, I'm doing that $3,000 thing, right? I don't know how I'm gonna set this up, but once I hit that $3,000 goal I'm gonna set up a PayPal pool, and once I hit $3,000, I will set up to do the 24-hour show that I told you I'll do.
Okay.
The $3,000 is for, look, it's not like, oh, I got to pay my bills and nothing like that. It's for equipment that I need to start making videos again, regular videos. And I've got a bunch of skits and shit I want to do, and I want to do them professionally. So I want to get some good equipment. So that's what that's for. But today's
Tim's got a fire under his ass.
Yeah, I do. I actually do I've been writing a lot of stuff and a lot of bits and stuff, and I'm going to get other people involved. And I've got a local comedian guy that I know. Me and him's going to be doing some shit together. And anyways, a bunch of stuff. So, but today's go 150. We need 120 to reach that. So please help out. Thank you very much. Tomorrow on the show, what is tomorrow? Wednesday. I may be a little late because I do have an early doctor's appointment, but I know we got Midwest Grow Guy, and I think the Atheist Veteran is going to be on too, I think. So, yeah, good shit.
Cool. Good shit.
You know, like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie had their celebrity name, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, what would be me and Tated's celebrity name be? Like, how would you mix it up? Billy. Me and Billy are going to get married.
No, you're mine. You know that.
But me and Billy are going to get married because he rides a train.
Oh, I don't mind being
a Viking.
I'm going to be the mistress. I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't think Billy will mind. He's fine. Mm-hmm. He'll do whatever I say.
I guess Balarker.
That sounds terrifying.
Parkilly.
Oh, all right. I'll check my DMs.
I'm thinking.
It's like, what would it be? And
Parkilly.
Are we going off? We're going off YouTube names, so it had to be something like Tatted Jedi and Miss Parker. So not Billy. It has to be Tatted Jedi. It has to mix in with Miss Parker. I'm gonna think on this.
Tatarker.
Tarker.
Tatarker.
Tatarker.
Tatarker. I don't know. We gotta sit on it. I gotta sit on it.
Well, I mean, or you can just go by. I tell you what, you should go what you are by what y'all like. Billy's a bitch, and you could go and you're.
But I'm a bitch too, so we're both bitches.
But you're also you're a black bitch.
So we should just be black bitch. That's our name.
Black bitch. Yeah, black bitch. That's
all right. That's our. Yep. That's gonna be our YouTube name together. Every time we appear together, Billy, I'm just gonna put black bitch. Black bitch 1, black bitch 2, and that's our names because Pimp said so.
I think you and G-Man should get married.
Fuck no, I like Tatted Parker. Oh, God. I think Tatted Parker might be the one.
If you had to marry G-Man or Vaughn, which one would you choose?
I would jump off of.
No, you gotta choose.
I would, if I had to marry one of them, then I would marry G-Man because at the very least I could get G-Man to take showers. He's a pussy, so I could make him do whatever I wanted. As for Vaughn,
Vaughn could eat pussy better.
Vaughn, she would not be able to go sleep at night.
Yeah, that situation's different.
Like she would. Yeah, no. At least with G-Man, he's intimidated by her, so eventually he will take a shower for her.
You think G-Man's ever been laid?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Didn't he have a kid?
Nah, that's a rumor that got started. I don't think he's got a kid.
No, he has a kid. Yes, he has a daughter. He left them in Jamaica because he's not from there and she's not from here. He came back here with the promise of sending back money, which he was doing in the beginning. Now his family is doing it. He lives off of his family. And the reason he won't get a job is because they take most of his money for child support. So he's fucked off. That's like there's some reality to the story.
G-Man is such a weird character, though. He really is. I can't stand him. I hate him. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to not hate him. I really did. I used to actually be one that kind of defended G-Man. To be honest with you, I used to be like, well, yeah, he's stupid when you talk about religious stuff, but if you talk about like football or something, you can have a good conversation. Because I actually did years ago have a conversation, and it was okay. But the night he did that, said that shit about trans people, I lost every bit of any kind of care for G-Man. Yeah.
It's just he's
a disgusting piece of shit.
Yeah, And
he is.
His version of God is disgusting. So that
his version of religion is so. By the way, he doesn't even really know the Bible that well.
When he talks, he does not understand what he's saying.
No, he doesn't. He does not get it. Because look, I used to be a preacher, right? People know this. When I'm my early 20s, I was a preacher for a minute. I read the Bible front to back 12 fucking times. The shit that I read is not what he's talking. I mean, his example or his whatever it is, the word I'm looking for of it is
his interpretation.
His interpretation. There you go. His interpretation is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense, which I don't think it makes sense anyway. But his interpretation is just fucking weird. Shabisky has a better understanding of the Bible than G-Man does. Shabisky don't even read the fucking thing.
Yeah, babe.
Don't call me babe.
No, I was talking to Miss Parker.
Don't call her babe either.
Sorry.
Miss Parker got some sexy ass little shoulders. Look at them.
I have sexy shoulders. What makes your shoulders sexy?
I don't like female shoulders. I always have.
Oh, okay.
The neck and the shoulders is one of my favorite things about women.
I have a decent neck.
And the lower back too. Yo, look at that. Ooh.
I'm starting to get my older woman neck. I don't like it.
No, you're not. And the lower back of a female is awesome.
Yeah, like as you get older, at least for African American women, the older you get, like you start to get these awesome little melanin creases in your neck. And they're just great. They're like your wrinkles. You get wrinkles here, not on your face. Our wrinkles are like right in here. Oh. I'm starting to get them.
This makes me think. By the way, I went live last night. A couple of you may have seen it. I know not Miss Parker, but Fit and Kirby was in there. And when I talked about that I wouldn't fuck a fat girl. Mm-hmm. And see, people don't get it. It isn't because I don't like fat girls. It's because I'm fat. When we won't touch genitals, it's just bellies rubbing and smoke be coming up because of the belly button rubbing and stuff. So I have to have a littler woman to fit like Tetris. But anyways, I said this last night, and of course, as soon as I ended, I had a Facebook message on my Pimpmunk page on Facebook. You are a self-hating fat person. Yeah, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, fuck you in the mouth.
Like, what is all
takes
that about?
That much time and gets that offended off of a fucking live stream on YouTube to go back and be
a
like,
bunch of people.
I'm going to email you because my opinions are important.
Dude, I get them all the fuck. I guarantee I'll get one today.
Fuck out of here. Yeah.
I get one usually every day.
Goes back to someone once offended about something always.
Yeah.
Y'all can take your offended ass opinions and shove them right up your motherfucking asses for all I give a fuck.
I remember one time I did I had people one time say they didn't believe I was getting all these messages, right?
I don't care.
I had people say one time, "No, you're not really getting on them." So I did. This was like a couple of years ago. I did a stream where I showed them all. I was reading them and showed them on the screen, and people were like, "God damn, that's crazy." Because I mean, it's just nuts. Some of the messages I get, but I guess this was a fat fucker that got pissed off because I said something like that.
No, it's probably just some fat bitch that had a crush on you, and I was like, "Well, now I'm never gonna get the fuck."
But there's beautiful big girls. I mean, there's beautiful big girls, and I made it into a joke, but
there's
fat people
wrong with being a big girl. You know, it's all about your personal preference.
But I need my genitals to touch your genitals so I can have an orgasm, right? I'm a fat son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So
if your belly sticks out like this and your peen is down here, right?
Yeah.
And her belly is like Foodie Beauties and sticks out like this. Explain to me how
the mechanics. Yeah, there's a mechanic issue.
Yeah. So I need a small. So yeah, most of the women I've been with are smaller women because I can fit them like Tetris. I'm like, here you go.
Interesting.
Because imagine Foodie Beauty actually like.
I know I don't want to
stay stable enough to climb on top of a person. And then Pimp's hips are just going to be crushed. Like, it's just the physics are not going to work.
And also, I like, that's another thing. And say, I like when the woman, on top, and I can't put a fat bitch on me. I can't breathe already.
Oh, no.
It's physics, y'all. It's just physics.
Yeah, fuck fat bitches. No, I'm joking.
Fat bitches need love, too. Just put them on their back. Get
that's
that's
But
what
here's
you
the
gotta
thing
do.
pisses
Put
me
it on
off.
their back or
Here's
have
the
them
thing
bend
pisses me off
over.
about fat girls. This is what pisses me off about fat girls. I'm gonna straight up say it and don't give a fuck. Okay, they some hypocritical bitches is what the fat bitches are. Because they be like, oh, you gotta accept me. You gotta accept. First of all, nobody's gotta accept shit. Okay, let me tell you that right now.
No.
Maybe they should accept you. Maybe they should be nice to you, but they don't have to. They don't have to. It's wrong when they bully you, yeah. But why y'all whiny ass bitches? You don't see a bunch of fat dudes running around. Oh my god! Because we don't give a shit.
I just don't like the hypocritical standards when they're because there's a really big difference between being curvy or a little chunky and then being like foodie beauty. I'm just gonna keep using her as an example because it's a good example.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Perfect example.
There's a big difference between being a little overweight and a little chunky and being foodie beauty.
Yes.
And it's the bitches that are like foodie beauty that go around being like, well, my man's got to be 6 foot tall. He's got to drive a good car. He's got to have a 6-pack. He's got to look like this with a beard and butt. And it's like, fuck yourself. Where do you get the fuck off?
Yeah, and by the way, actually and technically, fat guys has got it worse because look, there's always a hard dick for any woman out there. There is. I mean, women get sex quicker than men can because most men ain't fucking ticky. They don't get as long as they get the sticky on their dicky, they fine. No, I'm not that way. But women have standards, so maybe their standards are wrong.
Should fit your means.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that, but here's the thing for fat boys right now. I'm a fat boy. I always have been. You can get sex, you can get a girl. It's your self-esteem that's the problem. It's your that's the problem. Your lack of confidence.
It's your confidence.
I'm a confident motherfucker.
Confidence is the sexiest thing in the world.
I'm a confident motherfucker. Yeah. I have been rejected. But I just move on and don't let it bother me because look, I'm not gonna say, okay, she doesn't like me, fine, that's cool. But here's the thing: most of them are not going to be initially attracted to you. But if you got a good personality, if you got a good sense of humor, that's very sexy to women. I mean, women like strong men personally, like strong, confident men, and they like a good sense of humor. It goes a long way. Now, it doesn't always work, but it does go a long way. Have confidence and be funny. I'm a sexy motherfucker when I start talking to women because they like my sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I roofie them.
Well, yeah, that helps.
Yeah. And look, I'm not living on no fucking blanket of stupidity. I know that I'm a big fat fucker and it's hard for me to get a woman that's like a built dude. But I'm not going to sit there and put myself down and say, oh, I'll never get laid. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, well, see, that's unattractive.
Yeah.
If you take that rejection so personally, you play the victim card. It's like, well, perhaps you should probably take a look at yourself because you're not really confident in yourself. To me, personality and your character means more to me than what you look like, weight, height, all that. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Now I don't know about these new generation of young girls. I don't fuck around with them. You gotta be a certain age before I fuck around. But my generation of women also don't like pussies. And I'm not talking about getting out there and whooping everybody's ass. I'm talking about a guy who, like she was just talking about, whiny, they don't like that kind of shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they want to feel secure. They want to feel like you could take, like if somebody fucked with them, you could at least try to whoop their ass. So that's the way I feel anyway. Maybe I'm
yes, I like it. I like a man. Well, but everybody's different too. There are some women who are attracted to the very... maybe a what do you call it? Androgynous kind of thing. Yeah, there are some women who are attracted to that.
I don't say a woman can be attracted to a pussy though.
Well, I mean, it's just the same way you are. Same way you're attracted to pussy.
I'm not attracted to Shabisky.
I'm just saying.
Well, everyone has their preferences. Some people
their
like
preferences
the
gotta be
androgyny.
Oh, they have to be canceled.
Some people like a individual who's more submissive. Exactly. Everyone's got their preferences, but just because you have your preferences doesn't mean you are an hater of something.
And when you say submissive, are you talking about sexually submissive, or because I know women, I know dudes. I mean, I know guys who are sexually submissive, like they're the sub in the bedroom, but outside the bedroom, they know how to take care of their woman.
It could be any of those things.
I
don't
just
judge.
think a man
I don't
needs to be a
judge.
man.
I don't. Well, and that's your
hard
that's your opinion. That's your
define.
preference.
Yeah,
Everyone's
so
got
hard to define.
everyone's got their preferences.
Y'all are wrong.
Everyone
I'm
has
right.
their
Just admit it.
I love you too, Pam.
preferences and their dynamics of their relationships. Whatever you want to do is fine as long as there's consenting adults. I don't really give a shit what people do.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. And look, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to be goofy too and be funny. But at this part, I'm gonna say I am serious about this. I do hate the fact that manly men have been like put down lately. Like you can't be a man. You can't act like a manly dude, a macho dude. I mean, look, I'm not talking about chauvinistic and shit, but I'm talking about a dude who just likes to be guy things. It gets shit on these days. It really does. And I don't like
I have not seen that personally. I don't think it's not out there.
Because you're not a guy, and you don't get it thrown your way because you're not a guy.
You're right.
I'm a guy. I bet you Billy knows what I'm talking about because Billy's a guy.
Oh, my husband's a guy.
I think there's nothing wrong with guys. I think that there's a certain type of girl that are attracted to guys, and unfortunately, we are in whatever generation where all the girls want femboys, and there's nothing wrong with femboys.
Yeah, there's wrong with femboys.
Popular right now.
I don't want that, but I'm not going to judge someone who does.
No, right. And I'm not judging it. I'm saying that just because y'all like femboys, but just because the femboys is popular right now doesn't mean you got to shit on the guy.
No.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. If you whatever you like, who gives a shit?
I saw a tweet, or not a tweet, a TikTok.
I'm sounding like a bad person right now, not meaning to, honestly.
No, you're fine. We're talking.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok last night where it was a recording of some chick, and she was like, can all you fat chicks get off of TikTok? Because I'm tired of seeing rolls down my timeline. And it was a whole fucking slew of bigger girls using that and just like getting out here. It's like, I want to know which girl said that first, because I can't find the original, and I'm looking for the original. Mm-hmm. So if any of y'all have the
original person that said all the fat girls get off of TikTok or whatever.
Yep, I'm looking for her.
I'll go to a deep dive later.
I'm looking for her. I'd like to know if her opinion has changed since all of these people have now used her little snippet of words to clap back at her and making her feel very stupid.
I feel like I may have said something that made me sound bad, and I wasn't trying to. No, I was just saying that I feel like a guy's guy is kind of being like shit on because of the way the new generation is, and it just sucks for me. But I mean, I like football. I'm a bit attitudey, and I like pussy. So I get shit on because of that. God damn it.
Well, my husband's a guy. He has a project car. He loves football. He likes working with his hands. He's manly man, whatever.
But he still knows how to be. Yeah. Like me, right? I'm a guy's guy, but I also know how to be sensitive to things, and I'm very sensitive to things. But I just think a guy's guy ain't been shit on lately. Because of how everything's got to be, everybody got to worry about everybody's fucking feelings these days, and that bothers me a little bit because I'm a comedian and I have a penis, so I'm not worried about your feelings. Yeah. Except Miss Parker, I like her feelings.
Well, thank you, but
I
agree with you. I'm tired of the over censorship. There's right is right, wrong is wrong. I totally understand that you think you deserve a safe space and you think you deserve a place where nobody judges you. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, that doesn't exist.
Now, I got a question for you, because I seen this on TikTok the other day, and I like this guy, but I can't remember his name. It's a black dude. And he was being serious. And he came on and he said, look, he responded to this black girl who was bashing white people. Okay. And he said, look, do you not realize that people like you also create races?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And at first I didn't know what he was talking about. But then I watched a couple other of his TikToks and I got it. He's somebody like basically what he said. He's like he said he knew white people who came up to him and said, "Look, I'm starting to dislike black people because all they do is tell me I'm bad."
Yeah.
I went to up here in Connecticut in the Capitol. They have a Jamaican Day parade, and I was invited to this parade with my kid's father by a Jamaican man who lived on the parade route. We were invited to his home for a barbecue and to watch the parade go by. So I'm there, it's the middle of summer. I got shorts on and like a tank top or whatever. And I'm minding my own fucking business, being in the yard that I'm in, doing the cookout shit with the host that, like I'm trying to be friendly with the host.
Yeah.
And all we can hear is people shouting that are passing by to get the white girl out of here. Who does the white girl think she is? Why is this white bitch here? And I'm the only white bitch within like a 50-yard radius. So they're talking about me.
Yeah.
Here's, at the end of the day, what it is we have these very strong opinions about each other, and we're very dogmatic about our opinions.
Yeah.
And it's something that everybody needs to address. It's not
everybody.
Period. It has nothing to do, honestly, with your skin color. If you are behaving in bigoted behavior, there's a problem. Period. We have Asian Americans getting their asses beat for no reason.
Yeah. And also to make this clear, the reason I talk about things like this when I have like Miss Parker and because Miss Parker knows I'm not afraid to go there, right? I'm not afraid to go there and talk because discourse is how you solve issues, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. My opinion on Jamaican people has never changed. I love the people that from Jamaica. Like one of my kids' godfathers is a Jamaican man. I appreciate the culture. I appreciate the people. I know it's not the people that said that. It was those individuals.
Those individuals who are they wanted to be assholes, and
and that doesn't mean the entire popularity of the people who identify as Jamaican are assholes. No, and I can recognize that. It's the idiots out here.
Well, that's what this guy was telling this young lady who was bashing white. But he said, he said, I get what you're saying. I get your meaning that you want racism to stop. He said, but telling every white person that they're bad can create more racism.
Well, it is racism in itself.
Well, my kid
sitting there, you're generalizing an entire race of people, and you're saying that all of them are despicable. They're all deplorable. They're all horrible. And that's just an absolute statement that you can't verify. And it's not true. It's not reality. You have to just lean on that which comports with reality, period. And and I get really tired of it because in this country, it's something that we're seeing that you don't really see anywhere else, right? Where everywhere else, they're fighting about classism. They're fighting about their right to the media, their right to have free speech, but
classism is the biggest issue we should be fucking arguing
exactly.
about.
But
we're over here arguing about what color each one is.
About race and culture. Like it doesn't matter. We all have different cultures.
My kid came up to me and he was genuinely scared. We had this conversation over the weekend and I didn't know what to tell him, right? Because obviously I'm white. My kid's father is white. But my kid's father has a half sister who's black and a half sister who's Puerto Rican. And my son is sitting there saying, like, I think people are going to assume that they're going to, single me out and call me racist because I'm white. I'm like, you have people of color in your family. And he was like, that's just I'm like, you share blood with those people. Like you didn't get hers, but you are connected to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm not saying that her aunt, because his aunt is fucking half black, that means he's half. He understands it more because he grew up with those people in his family. Like, like you grew up, your aunt babysat you half your life. Like you grew up loving her. Like you still love her. You still love your other aunt. Like, that's what people are going to see in how you treat other people.
The worst, though, is these white people who think they can speak for black people. Right. And
those are the annoying ones.
And want to bash other white folks. And I'm like, you're white. Like this one chick on there said, white people are the most evil people. And I'm like, bitch, you're calling yourself evil then.
Well, it's like a New Kazoo situation.
It's just about Like it's right at the edge of that.
Right at the edge of Nukazoos.
Yeah, it's all these white people, we're over here and you guys don't understand what black people are going through. You don't know their plight. And it's like, listen, I appreciate it. I appreciate your passion. Mm-hmm. That is amazing. But your little TikTok activism isn't doing anything. Mm-hmm. It just makes you look stupid and it kind of waters down the conversation.
There's another account on TikTok who is actually bringing this up like right now because he keeps getting shadow banned. He was adopted or his parents moved to Jamaica. He was born in Jamaica, raised in Jamaica, went to school, still lives, like everything. He has a Jamaican accent, obviously, because that's where he lived and grew up his whole entire life, but he's a white man. And he said he's been shadow banned now from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter because people keep calling him a racist because he's talking with a Jamaican accent. And he's like, what else am I supposed to fucking talk like?
Oh, the worst one like that I was saying was okay, here's the worst one. There was a white dude who was born and raised in Africa, right? He comes over here for college or something, and he mentions that he's African, and then a bunch of black Americans get pissed off at him and say, how dare you call yourself African? He said, I am African. You're not.
Right.
He said, I'm actually African. He said, I'm from Africa.
You're born and raised in Africa.
That's something a lot of people have to understand.
You're African.
Yeah. There's a difference, and that's, again, a problem we have here in America. Like, people don't understand the difference between your nationality and your ethnic background. Exactly. Those are different things. When someone asks you what your nationality is, they're asking you, what is your nation of origin? Yes. What nation were you born on? That's what they want to know from you. Now, in America, for whatever fucking dumb reason, when someone asks that question, you fucking idiots assume that as soon as you see their color, they're supposed to sound the way you think they're supposed to sound in your fucking head. And as soon as it doesn't happen, ooh, look, they're putting on an act. No, bitch. That's not how that works. That's just not how that works.
You're an Aunt Tom, by the way.
Am I? No. Fucking
I dated a guy.
He's the good guy, so I don't give a fuck. Sambo's the bad guy.
I dated a guy in high school who's Puerto Rican. Like, his grandparents came over from Puerto Rico. And he is white passing and has baby blue eyes. And people assume, people assume, that he's not Puerto Rican. And I'm like, no, really, he's like, his grandparents came over, and both of his parents, like, no, he's actually Puerto. Oh no, he's white. No,
I went through that, and because I got blue eyes, people think I'm not a black man. It's weird,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
No, I think it absolutely sits on what Miss Parker is saying about how the rest of the world doesn't see it the way that for some reason America is still stuck on. Yeah, it's like they all matured after high school, and America is still in high school picking on the ones that aren't the popular kids.
Yeah. Well, and I think it comes to, like, think about how young we are, right? As compared to everybody else. Like, we're pretty young as a country, and we were really not that far removed from our revolution and the civil rights. So neither one of us, be it, white Americans or black Americans, neither one of them really have culture. Right. Like other nations do. Like, we don't have a culture. We're just kind of making it up as we go along type shit. Right. And so people are holding on to whatever stitch they can. And I think that kind of fuels the bullshit too. We're just making up a culture here, and it sucks. Like, our culture sucks as a whole. Like, if you look at American culture, it's just like, come on, French fries, racism, guns in school, and
it's a shit show.
Yeah.
It's nothing to aspire to be like.
I think we're on the verge of some sort of civil war between everyone just here with each other. And from that, maybe, hopefully, something better can rise from the ashes.
Maybe. You sound like a damn preacher now. Rise from the ashes.
I want it to rise. Rise for me, America. But be better.
It's both scary. I don't know. It's terrifying. Like, when the cap thing happened, how not surprised I was.
That's
how
because
normalized
we're getting
that.
desensitized to it now.
That's
It's
a
to the
problem.
point.
I
Same thing with
also
school shootings. No one's. Where's all the outrage for all these school shootings? You know,
We're
no one
numb
gives.
to it.
We're
numb.
exactly. We're
well, and
numb
then
to
you know,
it all.
I work near the Capitol, and so I work with predominantly men of color, and I was off because I had a hand injury. My immediate response was to text them all, call them all, make sure everybody was okay, and they're all like, "Yeah, this is normal." Like, that's terrifying that this is normal, but we're desensitized to it at this point. And that's it's just, I keep saying it's terrifying how normal this is.
I'm going to point out, Black Eye TV says, let's not act like there aren't race issues in other countries.
Definitely are.
And there are. And it's just worse
Definitely.
here.
It's just, this is, again, I, as much as I can sympathize for other countries and nations, I care about mine more.
Because you don't live there. You live here.
Right. And I know that's selfish and it may not be like the altruistic thing to say, but yeah, like I really care about my country. Like I do know that it happens other places, but for some reason here it's special. Right? There is something
this is where we live. This is where we are. We're living it.
Because here it's not only happening here, but it's happening here more than it's happening everywhere else. Like it might be over there, but it's not happening over there like it's happening over
But is it really happening more here? Or we just don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good
maybe.
question. Like maybe because we really don't think about it and we are selfish and kind of just introverted on what's going on here, we don't know how bad it is elsewhere.
I mean, I have, you might be right, because I've watched documentaries on like the Roma gypsies and stuff, and they get shit hard everywhere they go.
Well, what China's doing to their Muslim population is terrifying.
Yeah,
they
too.
literally built camps and have started putting these people in these camps and not letting them leave. So that's absolutely terrifying. So yeah, I have to, maybe we're overstepping and just saying, yeah, we're selfish. I'm a selfish American. Yeah. I care about America.
And I also want to point out, like
my kids live here, so I'm going to be selfish.
I also want to say this, like when I was bringing up like the things about what, like that black guy saying that, you know, these black people are creating racism by doing that. I can say things like and still understand what black people are going through, right? I can still, I mean, just because you can see a problem in one area don't mean you forget about the major problem.
Right. It's racism everywhere.
Yeah.
Because even like Billy says, Canada's race issues with Native Americans, and
it's very bad.
You know, I have seen the clips of them, you know, rioting for race rights over in Europe.
Also, like, isn't it in Canada? Maybe here, I don't know, where all those native girls are ending up kidnapped and stuff.
Yeah, the Highway of Tears.
Yeah.
That's the Highway of Tears. It goes through Canada.
It just disappeared.
Like over 100 women or something, or
just
close
gone,
to 100.
and it's terrifying.
Terrifying.
They haven't
by the
found
way,
not a
I
damn
am
one
sorry
of
I
them.
said Indian. I am sorry I said Indians. There was a slip of the tongue.
They haven't found not a damn one of them.
We're gonna get better. It reminds me of all of the young women, you know, because there's a population of America, young women and men, who just end up missing, never find them again.
Yep.
And they're usually poor. They're usually children of color. They're usually prostitutes, and they never get found. And that's one of those sad things. So you're talking about the same thing happening in Canada. So that's how I interpret that. Like, so you have these undesirables, communities, forgotten souls.
That's what it
that
is.
are just
It's undesirables.
They're able to be picked off.
It's the prostitutes, the homeless, the drug addicts, the ones that they think, oh, well, no one cares about them anyways because they're sitting here doing.
But when a little blonde rich girl ends up missing in Aruba or whatever, it's
national news.
It's
all over the world.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's a big problem.
Absolutely.
But when a poor, like a really poor white or black or whatever ends up missing, nobody gives a shit. So it's sad. We're not watching it. And look, that was sad that girl got killed, right? That was horrible.
It was a tragic situation. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. That was tragic. Letting your child go on vacation.
But that's all you heard about for months.
Yes.
It was constantly covered. And they wouldn't do that if her family didn't have money.
I grew up in the 80s. I don't know about you guys, but like growing up in the 80s and the 90s, I remember those news stories. It was always a pretty blonde girl. And me and my best friend have that joke. If you ever go walking in the woods, always take a pretty blonde girl with you, because at least if you come up missing, they'll come looking for you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was a running joke, and it's a sad joke. It's dark as fuck, but that's what it was.
But now, if you were in a horror movie, you would be killed first. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't make it to the woods. Yeah,
you wouldn't
in
make
the
it
'90s.
past.
Yeah,
In the '90s, black people never lived in horror movies, man.
You couldn't live more than like.
But now, have you noticed that it's always the white people getting killed first?
Yes. Yes.
We get killed left. We get killed quickly now.
When I watched Get Out, my butthole was puckering so much. I was so excited, and when he finally survived, I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" Yes. Fuck me. Yeah. Yes.
And
he made it to the end.
By the way, I want to say I'm very happy that the people of color. I'm like George Carlin about that. By the way, the people of color thing. I don't like saying that.
Well, I think
because it's the same thing as saying colored people.
Well, no, actually, because what we're saying now, what that is saying, people of color, you're encompassing all races. You're saying,
but you're really not, because I'm a color too.
And
nobody says people of color when you talk about white people.
No, you're talking about Latino people. You're talking about African American people. We're talking about Asian American people.
We're colored too, goddammit.
I understand that you feel left out. That's what's happening. You just feel left out. Okay, so how about we call you people without color?
By the way, both of us are that action. Neither one of us are white or black. By the way, it's so weird. It's so weird how that thing. And by the way,
my Maybelline color is cappuccino.
The label thing is so weird to me. Let's just call each other fucking people and move the fuck on.
You would think, again, we have to teach people what the word nation of origin. We got to teach them that phrase and kind of get out of this, what's your race?
Yeah, but anyway.
It really shouldn't even be on your fucking driver's license, to be honest.
Exactly, I agree.
Yeah. What was the point of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the point I was going to make about Hollywood, I am so glad that people of color are getting more roles and stuff, but I don't want it to be reversed. I think it should be, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be to where they flip it completely, right? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I understand what you're saying. I think there's always going to be that pocket of the media that does that. You have, there's Medea. All of her films are predominantly black actors,
and they're shit films too.
And yeah, like I'm not giving him credit for writing. I'm just saying, like, in general, right? Yeah. So you can go to Atlanta and see that Black Hollywood is doing an amazing job at getting black actors jobs, doing these television shows. It's amazing. So I do think we're going to see a flip in certain areas, but at the end of the day, just integrating all of that into mainstream media is really good. Having an honest reflection of what we are as a society on television is good for the generation that's watching it. I know as a kid growing up, there wasn't a lot of depictions. I had the Wayans brothers, I had had Martin reruns and stuff like that, but there wasn't a lot of black presence. No. So it's just nice to see that. It's nice to see that, every black woman I see on television isn't an angry black woman or some hood bitch. It's nice to see the change.
But okay, I'm glad you said that because I want to make this one. I just don't want, and I'm so glad that's happening. But I just, because as people, we fucking take things too far and go too far. So I don't want it to be flipped to where every white guy is the racist beating up the black guy.
Yes, I do think you're going to see that, though. I do. I think
we are seeing that now.
Yeah, for the next couple of years, I do believe you're going to see a lot of young black producers and directors coming out telling horrific stories about what's gone on, because this is that time. I think that last.
But you see what my point, though, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. I know what you're saying, and it's inevitable. There's going to be that knee-jerk reaction. We're finally at a point in media where African Americans do have a large voice.
It's amazing.
They have platforms. They have the money to do it.
But just don't become the people. Just don't become the people that you were against in the first place.
There's always going to be one or two. Let Umar Johnson get a hold of a camera. He's making some weird fucking. Ben Shapiro type shit. Yeah. You already know.
I mean, look, I know people are going to take my words and act like I said something racist, because I'm not at all. I'm just saying I don't want it to become another bad thing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I see it happening, and I'm afraid it's going to happen. I don't care, because I'm okay. I'll be okay, right? I'm just saying that I don't want.
The Black Messiah was a good example of what's coming, right? That's a hard story to watch,
It's anti-white.
Intimidating. It's anti-white, very anti-white.
Very
and I think
anti-white.
there's going to be a lot of those.
And I don't. And see, that's the thing. I'm trying to like, which I know it's coming. I know it's going to happen, but it's not right.
I don't know if that I'm torn on that. I don't see a problem with it. I think there has to be.
So you're okay with anti-white?
I'm okay with depicting history as it was. I don't want my history whitewashed. If somebody is going to take that period, because we have to think about it, it's a period piece, and that time, this is what was going on.
I get that.
So, and if you're going to do that, then give me the story as it was, right? Now, do I want to see a bunch of sensationalism? Like, do I want to see some weird black guy running around like a superhero killing whitey? You know what I mean? No, I don't need to see that weird shit. But if you're going to do a period piece about what has happened in America, the grotesque things that have happened, then do that. You know,
now, Black Guy TV, I love you to death, but do not put words in my mouth.
For some reason, the neighbor.
We can go into discussion because I mean, no, that's bullshit.
See, I think there is a fear. I will say there is a fear with white America that they may possibly get demonized with the media. And it's a valid fear. It's a totally valid fear.
And that's what I said. I don't want it to. I mean, look, that's what I'm saying. We demonized you guys for so long. I understand, but I'm just saying, if you flip it and do the same thing, is it right? No, it's not right.
Well, there's a difference between flipping it and demonizing and then telling that story, right? Because every story deserves to be told. And if somebody's going to do that, I think as long as you do it with respect to the situation, it can be a beautiful thing. And I think Black Messiah was one of those pieces. It's one of those pieces that's going to go down in history.
It's a timepiece, though.
It's a wonderful
and so I'm kind of okay with that because it is a timepiece. What I'm saying is those like depicting every white person as an evil motherfucker, even though we have a lot of evil white motherfuckers and it's shitty. But I'm just saying, I just don't want it to be. I just want to get rid of that problem. Period.
Listen, here's the thing. It's like birthing pains, right? Going through this situation and trying to get past the dehumanization of an entire group of people is going to take the birthing pains. We're still coming to what our nation is supposed to be. Yeah. And the very first birthing pain was the Revolutionary War. Then we had another birthing pain. That was our civil rights movement. And now we're seeing these birthing pains are coming faster and faster. This is what's happening. So at the end of the day, we have to see this through. Is it ugly? Yes. Building a nation is ugly. And we're trying to build a nation with multiple cultures, multiple identities, multiple religions, and we're trying to live together and say, hey, we respect each other at the same time while being berated by a bunch of fear-mongering assholes on both sides. On both sides, just causing tension and strife. It's a scary time. But I think education and conversation is the only way to beat it, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. No, I agree with you. What I'm saying, and that's the thing. And see, I'm that motherfucker that ain't afraid to go there. Like I said earlier, I'm not afraid to go there and talk about it because I think that we have to have these discussions. And if I say something wrong, correct me and show me where I'm wrong, and then I'm sorry. Like if I've said anything that sounded like I'm being an idiot here, I don't mean to. I'm actually trying to like make things better, right? Is what I'm trying to do. I may have worded it wrong because I'm not the most educated motherfucker, but I just don't want it. I understand the birthing pains and all that. I get that. I do get that. I just need, because most movements start out for a great reason, and then they get taken over by idiots. Mm-hmm.
Like my idiot neighbor who decided that on 12:30 on a Tuesday, it's good to mow your fucking lawn.
But I don't want. Maybe I said something that sounded like I was trying to, but I wasn't trying to. That wasn't my point.
This is what we need to be doing. Is we need to be having these conversations and acknowledging and accepting that growing pains are painful for a reason, and we can't be whitewashing history. We can't be telling kids, America's a great place.
Yeah,
we can't be like, Thanksgiving was a wonderful time and nothing bad happened. Oh, by the way, they killed all of the Native Americans. Right. We cannot.
Columbus totally found us,
Well, how are we going to get the land if we didn't do that? I'm just...
Well, But that's the issue is people are like, oh, Thanksgiving was beautiful. Pocahontas and John Smith fell in love and blah, blah, blah. Fuck all of that. I can tell you when I went to school, I've learned more about my history in this country, the history of this country in the last couple of years than I did when I was in school. Because in school, when I was growing up I was born in 89, in the 90s and 2000s, guess what? The history books were whitewashed. I was like, oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. I learned more in college and after the fact, but this is what we have to do. We have to have these conversations. We have to have realistic historical movies that show the fucked up shit that happened. Yeah,
I agree.
So which is why we're talking about Black Messiah. It's
pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Yeah, it's hard to watch.
It's really hard to watch, and I think that's the purpose of it, right? Because when you're going in and you're trying to illustrate how terrifying this period in time was. It was well illustrated. That fear that lived there, the reason why these people had guns, the reason why they felt like they needed to defend their neighborhood, their family, what they were trying to build. This is something in America that wasn't an isolated incident. And I think the fact that it's so hard to watch, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just like when Mel Gibson decided to do his Passion of the Christ, what was he doing? He wanted to make it as hard to watch as possible because he was trying to pull on that heartstring. And I encourage more artists to get out there and make these types of movies.
I agree.
You know, because we have a false sense of security.
12 Years a Slave was a movie that was hard to watch.
That was very hard to watch. And I would imagine as a white person that was hard to watch. Oh, on top of that, please don't think just because you cried when you watched Roots, you are somehow now like a black ally. That's not how that works. I understand you have empathy. You may feel bad, but you just leave it alone.
Honestly, now I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be perfect. When I watch Black Messiah and other movies, I don't feel guilty.
What do you feel?
I feel like the people that did the shit to the black people back then were sorry as fuck. That's what I feel. I feel because I don't feel. I mean, I feel like that it inspires me to want to like help people change. But it doesn't make me feel like a bad person. And if a white person does feel like a bad person, then there's something in you that when there's something racist in you or something. If you feel bad, I don't feel bad.
It can be hard to watch those movies, but not in a sense that you feel bad or guilty. It's I want to take this. And just
I never want to see this again. Exactly.
And never want to see it again.
That should be the takeaway. It should be the takeaway. But when you have these people, anybody who's like looking at that movie and they're like, "Oh, look how they're depicting white people back then." That's not how it was. No, honey. There's something up with you deep down in your heart. You're not acknowledging your own bigotry. Maybe you haven't taken the time to look and do a little introspection to see why you're doing that, honey. Because if you're defending the cops in that movie, there's something wrong.
I agree. I've seen look, I have seen things where I'm like, well, that's just not. I mean, like it's present time movies. I'm not that way. So, but like I said, and I don't mean to be an asshole, but I didn't feel guilty. I felt inspired to like help change the world. Yeah. But if you feel bad or mad or angry, then there is something wrong with you. So. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I mean, look, white guilt is only there. If you have white guilt, that means that you've done something that you should be guilty about.
Yeah.
And I mean, me personally, look, if I said things and jokes and stuff that I wish I could take the fuck back, absolutely. Me and Miss Parker had a long conversation about this. In 2016, I used the N-word.
Yeah.
But not saying, oh, look at them black, it wasn't like that. It was like joke stuff. But then I realized, oh, wait a minute, I may be joking, but
that's
they're
still inappropriate.
It's still very bad and inappropriate. And like I'm recently changed stuff like the R word, right? I said it earlier by accident. We have to learn, and you got to give some look. And I know this is gonna sound bad, but give some white people a chance to learn.
No, everybody deserves a chance. Yeah. I do believe you deserve a chance for correction, but if you show me that you're not willing to listen, learn, or change direction, then I no longer have to You know what I mean? Like now I get to treat you differently. This is the lane you chose to stay in, and I'm going to treat you accordingly, right?
And you can't.
You can apologize until you're blue. Sorry, you can apologize till you're blue in the face. But, and I know I say this all the fucking time, and it probably pisses everybody off that I am on repeat. An apology without action is just an empty promise. You can tell me that you're sorry, but if you don't show me that you've changed, your apology meant fucking nothing. So shut the fuck up and just tell me that's how you are. I would rather people look at me and go, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Or yes, I'm racist. I'm proud to be racist. Just flat out say it. Yeah, stop apologizing and bullshitting. Just say it.
That night, me and Miss Parker had that conversation. I told her, I said, look, I never apologized for saying it. I just stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And started being a better
showing
person.
for action.
Yeah.
You're showing for action.
Yeah. And by the way, everybody know I love black people because their women are awesome. But see, but look, having the discourse like this, it may be kind of sensitive, and it may be kind of people are like, oh God, they're actually talking about this, but this is a good thing.
Yeah.
And also, don't be afraid. Like, that day it was like Hannibal, Monty, and we were talking, and Miss Parker and somebody said something about what Miss Parker did. What does a white person have in their house that a black person wants? But I made the joke. I said, a father?
Yes, it was hilarious.
And they all laughed.
Yes, it was fucking hilarious. And some people would be offended by that. And you know what? I respect the fact that you're offended by that.
Yeah.
I respect that. You have a right to be offended by that, okay? That's totally fine. Then this show may not be for you. It just may not. That's fine. It just may not be for you. So, go on and pick another show.
My point was, there is a difference between being racial humor and racist humor. Yeah. There is a difference in racial and racist. I was racial that day. But I knew that they would get the joke also. I knew that they would find it. I wouldn't have done it in front of certain black people because I know they may be offended. So, but I knew Miss Parker, and I know Hannibal, Monty.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they get it, and most people that watch this have that kind of sense of humor. So I get it. And like I said, I may say things that are very offensive. But I am trying to change. And if I said anything today like that might have been wrong, correct me. And I'll listen.
And if you are receptive to being corrected, that is also a big deal. If you're not receptive and you're media's defense, no, that's also an issue. Like be receptive to being corrected if you say some dumb shit that you shouldn't be saying.
Now here's my problem. Here's my problem with some white folks. They think because they're allies and they've been friends with black people that they know everything about the black problem and the black. And like me, right? I've been around black people my whole life. Was raised around them. I don't know half the look. I can't speak for them because I am a Caucasian man. Even though that most of my girlfriends have been black, most of my friends, I still don't know. Because I've never been in their shoes. I've never been, and I used to didn't understand white privilege. When people say white privilege, I was like, look, I suffer too. I've been poor and all that. But then I finally got it because I studied it and educated myself on it. White privilege doesn't mean white people don't suffer. It doesn't mean that at all. The problem is look at me, right? I'm educated because I've educated myself. But I'm not college educated. I don't have any diplomas. I didn't graduate high school. Hannibal has. Hannibal's got a college education. All this put us in a lot of situations. I will get the job just because of my skin tone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think a lot of people do have they don't know the difference, or they refuse to see the difference between racism and classism, because my ex, my kid's father, the idiot man that he is, loves to use the argument that he grew up in the capital of Connecticut and that he was the only white kid on his street and he used to get picked on and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but that's completely different, because you and your friend could walk into a store and the owner of the store will leave you alone, regardless if you are just as poor as the kid, that the person of color kid next to you. Like regardless, they're gonna watch that kid instead of watching you.
Yeah.
Regardless if you are both poor.
And I just want to say, Black Guy TV.
Not understanding.
I just want to say, Black Guy TV is an angry black man, and I don't like him.
Oh, he's the best.
He's an angry black man. He scares me. He scares me. He got a gun somewhere. No, of course not. And I'm making a joke. I love
the only guns he has are on his arm, and if you're lucky, he'll let you see him. He's amazing. Did you see the eyeball? Did you see the eyeball? He has an eyeball now on his arm. It's gigantic, and he makes it flex and move around. It's really creepy.
By the way, we've got just a few minutes left, and I haven't made my go. But Dragon in the West donated said most Americans don't know the Native American had cities destroyed by Spain or dark stories happening same time as Apollo 11. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. You want to read some history, go look at the history of the indigenous people of Australia. That's fucked up shit.
The way we treat each other is weird. Humanity is horrible. We're really
dude. And by the way,
right.
By the way, I was just talking about shit that I seen on TikTok and stuff like that. Of course, I am not in any way trying to take a problem and say, "Oh, white people got it so bad." I'm just saying, yeah, we got our issues, but we need to realize that they got more issues than we got.
Yeah.
But we've got our issues, and it's okay to talk about our issues. I don't think it takes away from your issues just because we talk about our issues, is what I'm trying to say. But we're all stupid people.
And Shabs is the stupidest.
Stupid people.
I was just trying to get you to talk.
Know which way.
Shab hasn't spoken 25 minutes. He has no opinion on anything.
I want to know why every time I'm on, Shabs will not speak, and I just want to know why.
He's intimidated by you.
He's scared of you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the blue eyeshadow? Is it reminding you of Mimi from the Drew Carey show too much?
Yep.
I don't think he knows what that is.
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't know who Mimi is.
Mimi
I
was
think he was
awesome.
alive when Mimi was around.
Mimi was awesome.
Yeah, Shab's a baby.
Shab's a baby.
Is he a baby?
Why,
like a
why
baby
are you so mellow, Miss Parker?
I'm only a
Because
couple
I'm, like,
years
super high.
younger than Kirby.
Oh, after the show, you got to try to take your panties off, right? Remember, you told me.
Oh yeah, I got to figure out how to do that. Listen, I got this new Chong thingy. It's like Chong made this vaporizer for dry herb, and I can stick my dry herb in there, and it's a ceramic plate that bakes it, and then I get really, really high. And I was
looking at one of those at the
a great buy.
Is it? It wasn't it wasn't a Chong one, but it was another one where you could just put the flour in it and it vaporizes it.
Well, this one's a ceramic bowl that bakes it, which I think is probably better than vaporizing, because when you vaporize it, it's such a high temperature, you burn off a lot of the cannabinoids.
That's why that's what I was thinking. That's why I didn't get the thing. I was like, it just seems like it's a waste of bud to just
a waste of weed. Yeah, it's baking it slowly, and then you can taste it. Okay. It's just it's amazing. I
might have to get one of those then.
By the way, I want to give a special. Right quick. I want to give a special shout out to somebody in the chat room. Halcyon in the chat room. Galen, it's good to see you in the chat room again. Appreciate you. That's my buddy right there. Me and him hadn't talked in a while. Then we start talking again, and I love him to death. And I'm glad he's coming back around, and I'm gonna let him lick my ass. So
delicious.
Oh, you get to lick his butt.
Hopefully he cleans it first, because that's just courteous.
Yeah. I don't clean my butt.
Oh, well then
that's why you need a caretaker. This is horrible.
I got a fudgy butthole.
No.
It's like a brownie.
Do they have to wear the hazmat? They have to wear the hazmat suit when they go.
It's like a big brownie down there.
You're just sitting there prairie dogging all day.
Yeah, I got almonds down there on the brownie. It's like nuts in the shit.
Oh my god!
There's like hot dog. There's like hot dog pieces.
Hot dog pieces.
Oh my god!
Sitting around in a dirty ass.
Are you not chewing your food?
No, I just swallow.
Yeah, he eats it like Cobra.
Fucking shark. You're fucking pelican.
Yeah, I just like you remember the Coneheads movie with the Subway sandwich?
Yes,
that's what I did.
Oh god, I love Coneheads.
Oh my god, they scared the shit out of me as a kid because they didn't have butts. and that fucked my whole world up. You don't even know. Okay. Scared the shit out of me.
The goddamn seashells.
That I'm saying, like, what the
fuck do you do with the seashells?
Well, okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, you take two seashells on one side, and you have one in the middle. You clamp them together, and then you shit in the seashells.
What's the toilet for?
Why are you sitting?
To dump it in the toilet. You got to dump it in the toilet afterwards.
Why are you shitting in a shell?
That makes no sense. What if you got diarrhea? Those little seashells are not going to hold back a whole bunch of liquid poop.
Well, it's poop soup, right? So it's like a soup bowl.
I'm done.
You're just using the seashells to deflect.
And I'm weird. We're the weird people. Okay.
You're just using the seashells to let it bounce off while liquid shitting all over the fucking place. I swear to God, I hate you.
For what purpose? To what means? Why are we doing this? Who's into this shit? Is that a thing? Who's
white people?
Do
that's a white people thing that you can't understand because you're a person of color.
I don't, but I want to understand.
We use the seashells because we shit in the seashells by the seaside.
Which one is it? Is that
white
Judge
people are
Dredd?
weird.
Was that the Judge Dredd movie or was that the other one?
It was Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. I can never
appreciate the situation.
I always mix those two up together.
Which, well, look, let's say something real quick. The Stallone version of Judge Dredd was fucking horrible. Piece of shit movie. The newer Judge Dredd, it came out a few years back, though. That was awesome.
I haven't seen that one.
It was
I hated the red eye. I hated the fucking Stallone version of Judge Dredd.
Well, it was stupid. Well, see, and look, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a comic book guy, but Miss Parker can tell you this. Judge Dredd never took his fucking helmet off. And in the Stallone version, he took his helmet off, which is stupid.
Yeah, he took his helmet off a whole bunch.
And then in the newer movie, never takes the helmet off.
Good.
I'm trying to stay true to form.
And they're going to make a series based off that movie too, by the way, which I am going to watch a lot.
I want to watch the Snowpiercer series, but I don't know if it's any good. So I don't know if I should waste my time.
I think my husband said it was good.
I've heard a lot of good reviews.
Because I loved the movie. I thought the movie was great.
The movie was interesting. It was very interesting.
Yeah. So
I watched that, and then I think, so we watched the movie together, and I think he said something about the series.
Yeah.
So.
Now, Red Eye is like when you talk about the Judge Dredd shit, he's really into the Judge Dredd, and he's talking about it now. He hated the Stallone version.
Yeah.
I am the low.
Anyway,
he's
went
not
to the acting school of Nick Nolte. He sucks.
You like Jungle Fever, the movie?
No.
You didn't like Jungle Fever?
It's a bad movie. It's a good bad movie.
It's not a bad movie.
It's a bad movie.
You're a bad person.
It is a shitty movie, but it's good for a shitty movie. That's what you mean?
God damn you to hell!
I'm just saying.
It's not.
I would watch Footloose before I watch Jungle Fever.
I got somebody in the chat room. I'm so glad Galen's in the chat room right now because Shabisky, Galen is one that agrees, and this motherfucker's smart as hell. He agrees with me that Schindler's List was a horrible fucking movie.
Schindler's List. Why don't you like Schindler's List?
Because it blows.
Shabs, are you offended? Shabs is offended. Look at his face.
It was also not historically correct either. It was not
sensational.
It was not good.
All right, Shabs, it's your turn to speak. Go. We're giving you permission.
But you've seen The Green Mile, but you have no complaints, right?
The Green Mile was fucking awesome.
Yeah, you really like the part where that's real historically correct. Remember when the black guy grabs
It's not based on a
dick
true story, you fucking idiot.
Are you
Shut
sure?
up.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I don't know if you're sure. I think you should Google it.
No.
Yeah. I think you should look into things before you talk.
If you want to see a good movie about that era, about the Holocaust, watch The Pianist.
Well, yeah, the pianist.
Pianist.
Yeah, we saw it. That's a good movie.
That one's a good one. Schindler's List is good for what it was when it came out.
It wasn't good.
I might be biased, but I had one summer where I went into a depression and I watched Schindler's List twice a day for 3 months.
It was poorly written, poorly executed.
I don't know why.
It was poorly written, poorly executed. The film was not good. The acting's blowed.
Oh yeah, they're terrible.
Explode.
I still watched it twice a day.
That's like anybody who likes the last Star Wars movie. You need to be shot in the fucking forehead.
One of my favorite movies of all time is Five-Headed Shark. Now listen. Just listen, okay? You've never seen some shit like watching 5 grown adults run from a 5-headed shark on the beach because it can walk. It uses 4 of its heads as legs and 1 head to see and walk. It has and then it has 2 tails in the back. It's amazing. And it chased down some bitches. And he ate so many people. I was so happy. But then second would be Zombie Shark Island, which is an amazing adventure.
Okay, you're pissing me off.
Listen, though, this is a great...
What about Sharknado? Can't forget that one.
Oh
Sharknado is good. All the Sharknados.
You and my dad would get along because my dad loved the worst movies possible. But no, those movies suck.
Those are awesome movies.
And goddamn Schindler's List sucked.
Man.
But people want to shit on Passion of the Christ. You mentioned Passion of the Christ earlier. Take the religion out of it, right? That's a good fucking movie.
It's a good comedy.
It's a good comedy. It is a good movie. If you take everybody, everybody says it sucks, and the reason they say it sucks is because they know it's based on religious story. But if you take the religion out of the movie, don't think about the religion, and just watch it. The story is fucking amazing.
He's like sitting around watching the Passion of the Christ. It's like real into it.
This is.
I don't know. It's my favorite movie. I've watched it 20 times.
Cinema.
See, look. Gavin agrees with me. It's an excellent mythic film. Exactly. It's not real. It's not real. But if you take this religious out of it, it's a good, well-written story. And a lot of people would say that's their favorite movie. It's not my favorite movie, but my favorite movie of all time is Scarface. That's my favorite movie. Also, Shawshank Redemption and Good Will Hunting. They're great.
Shawshank Redemption is one of my favorites.
It's one of the greatest stories ever told. And Good Will Hunting is another great fucking movie, dude.
Yes, Good Will Hunting is freaking amazeballs.
Anyway, we're running over. It's time to go. I gotta watch Miss Parker take her panties off without taking her shorts off. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I may or may not be a little late, but we will be here. Midwest Grow Guy will be here. Another black person. I'm such a racist. I like his head though. His head's cute. I want to rub his head. Put my balls. I want to put my balls on every black man's head.
Oh damn.
That sounded a bit.
All right then.
Was that racist or sexist?
I think it's just sexual assault. Like you just said that you want to commit mass sexual assault against an entire race of people.
Only if they accept it now. I'm not gonna just. I'm not gonna.
I'm sure there's some guys who would love that. Then just have a line.
G-Man would love that.
He would love that. That. First, you have to dip him in teriyaki and then drop him on their head, because apparently you can taste teriyaki through your ball sack.
Is that what everyone was doing when they were dipping their balls and shit and being like, it's
sauce?
Saucy!
Yeah, you can taste shit with your ball sack.
I did not
By the way,
I just learned something new.
I just saw a guy screaming, dipping his balls into something.
Before we go, I do want to say this. It was a great thank you, Miss Parker, for having a discussion with me today, because it was a great discussion. I think discourse does solve the problems, right? And like I said, if I said anything when we were talking that may have been wrong or right, correct me. I'll look into it and I'll apologize. But I don't think I did say anything bad, but I think BGTV was trying to piss me off and trolling me a little bit. I love him. I'm gonna put my balls on his head too. That's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm so stupid. Bye, everybody.